had a consensus building slowly that this research failed across all of the aspects that I mentioned earlier. And there was a consensus building that this article had to be retracted. And I'm real pleased that the editors of the journal finally decided to pull the paper.
Right, and I've just got the letter up here right now. Why don't you just spend 30 seconds here and talk a little bit about what Dr. Abrams and the rest here were getting across to the journal?
Well, they basically fundamentally agreed with our analysis and asked the editors to take some action about this travesty. And it was a really supportive letter. The concepts here, the false findings, are very easy to understand, and there's no question that it was about it being interpretation or some sort of opinion about these results.
Yeah, and just finally on the letter here, I just want to make sure we scroll through so viewers can see the fine researchers here that signed their name to this request. Some are Canadian too as well. There's David Sweener and some for the UK, and of course, Dr. Forcellino. So I mean, this is a worldwide effort. This is the side of tobacco harm reduction research with people who have common sense still on their mind.
Absolutely, it's success of the scientific method. The reason we questioned this is that we had the data. We've published research on e-cigarettes from this data. We know it very well, and we recognize that that these findings were false. And so that's the goal of good science. It's self-correcting, and that this is how science works, and we're real pleased that the editors finally recognized this.
How would you characterize the response, though? Because there has been discussion that Professor Glantz has just come up with some kind of an excuse with regard to the data, and that the journal is just kind of letting them skate by. What's interesting is that I use a piece of software called Zotero, which I'm sure should be familiar to a lot of people in academic research. If I'm right or wrong, is it a tool you're familiar with?
No.
Okay. So it's a research tool, for, academic research kind of stuff and your citations and bibliographies and everything else. And so, but it doesn't happen often. This is really only the second or maybe third time ever. And I've got thousands of, research documents that are in here. But sure enough, an item in your database, let me just see here, an item in your database has been retracted. So view item. And so sure enough, you can follow along to the item. And then there it is concerns about electronic cigarette use and myocardial infraction among adults in the U.S. population, Dr. Glantz. So, I was wondering whether or not if the retraction was going to hit my Zotero, because it's not really quite official until that happens.